Over the last couple years, Humminbird has been the leader in the fishing industry with the introduction of cutting-edge technologies like side imaging and the soon-to-be-released down imaging capabilities of the Humminbird fishing systems. As a recent announcement, Humminbird introduces, for 2010, Lakemaster GPS mapping chip compatibility. Now what that means for the angler is you're finally able to combine Hummingbird's unique set of capabilities with Lakemaster's industry-leading detail and accuracy found in their mapping chips. In-Depth Outdoors has been given the opportunity to field test one of the initial chips made available for the Humminbird. And what we want to do today during this video is cover all the new features as well as go through the installation process that will make your Humminbird unit capable of playing the Lakemaster GPS mapping chip. Setting up your Humminbird unit to be Lakemaster compatible starts with a very simple software update. Now I do need to point out that all units purchased after January 1st, 2010 will come from the Humminbird factory preloaded with that software update installed. So those units will be able to play a Lakemaster chip without any additional upgrade. Units that are already in the field, like this 2009, will need that very simple and quick software update. And to do that, you load the update on a blank SD card, turn the power off on your unit, place the SD card in your Humminbird 1197, and power the unit up. And what you're going to see is a notice that asks you to accept or decline that software update. You're going to want to accept that. These installations take place very quickly. It doesn't take very long at all. As you can see, after that quick little update, this Humminbird is now Lakemaster compatible. What you see there on the screen is Lakemaster 1-foot contours displayed on the Humminbird. Now I can show you, because this is a plug-and-play map, what it looks like with that map chip removed. That's the base map for this Humminbird unit. There's almost no detail, very little usable information for the angler. Because the Lakemaster chip is a plug-and-play chip, all you have to do is just push it back into the map slot. The maps automatically load. You don't have to scroll through any menus to access the information you're looking for. And boom, there you have it. Automatically loaded, high definition, 1-foot contours for this body of water, lots of accuracy and detail. That's the kind of information I'm looking for when I hit a body of water. With the release of the new Humminbird compatible Lakemaster chip comes 3 new features exclusive to the Lakemaster product line that offer the user unparalleled control of the way information is displayed by that mapping chip. Those are water level offset, shallow water highlight, and depth range highlight. We're going to cover water level offset first because I think it's one of the most popular new features specific to this Lakemaster product. So the new feature we're going to start with is water level offset, and that's an exclusive feature to Lakemaster. And where we're at is we're looking at a map that's displaying Mille Lacs Lake in Minnesota. It's a lake that many people will be familiar with. And where we're going to go is to the northwest corner near Miramar Reef. Miramar West is here near my cursor. Miramar East is right there. And as you can see, the reefs are clearly shown, 1-foot contours. And in a typical year, there's about 2 to 3 foot of water over the top of those reefs. Now let's say in a drought year, the water level dropped by 4, 5, 6 feet. What you would do to correct the map is go menu, menu, scroll down to water level offset, and then we're going to adjust the water level to correspond with what we're seeing on the day when we're actually on the water. So the water level's gone down due to drought, so we're going to subtract, say 6 feet. Enter. And what you see now is the map has corrected itself. We'll zoom in here just to give you a little bit better look. And what was water over the top of these reefs is now painted in brown, which indicates dry land. This is an incredible feature for any angler that fishes a body of water where the water levels fluctuate. You're able to correct the map and display actual information that's usable to you on the day that you're actually fishing. This is an exclusive feature from Lakemaster. The next feature is called Shallow Water Highlight, and it does exactly what the name implies. It allows you to highlight a depth range in the shallows. Gives you a warning, so to speak, that the water in this area highlighted is too shallow for you to navigate. And what we're going to do is we're going to place a shallow water highlight. You scroll all the way down to the bottom. You can do a 1-foot highlight, 2-foot highlight, and so forth. And we're going to select a 3-foot highlight. and display that on the map. And what you see now is everything from 0 feet out to 3 feet is shown in red, and that gives you a visual marker to know that anything in that area is too shallow to safely navigate. This is just one more feature from Lakemaster that allows an angler to change the way the information on their GPS mapping chip is displayed in their Humminbird unit. The final feature we want to talk about today from Lakemaster is called the depth range highlight. And this is a very useful feature in that it allows an angler to highlight a specific area on the map. And how I would use this particular function would be in highlighting an area of the map where I'm finding fish or I'm having a lot of luck catching fish. Let's say, for example, we're catching walleye in a range of 15 to 17 foot of water. Lakemaster allows you to modify the way the map is displayed to highlight that depth range. So to start, go menu, scroll down to depth highlight, and turn that on at 16 feet. We're catching those fish at 15 to 17 feet, so I'll choose the middle depth at 16, and we're going to display that. And you can see that anywhere on the map where Lakemaster is showing 16 feet of water, we have that depth highlighted. Well, now we originally talked about we were catching those walleyes at a depth range, not at a specific depth, more of a range, 15 to 17 feet. Lakemaster allows you to customize the way that information is displayed as well. We're going to want to make one additional adjustment. We'll go to menu. Now, previously we adjusted depth highlight. Now we're going to go to depth highlight range. And because we're catching fish 1 foot on either side of that original highlight depth range, so all we need to do is add 1 foot of range on either side of our depth highlight. And what happens is the Lakemaster map highlights that depth range from 15 to 17 feet. If we're catching walleyes pulling Lindy rigs or spinners or crankbait, we know exactly where we need to keep our boat, and it's shown clearly in that green highlight on the Lakemaster map.